Just before this video does start, I want to let you guys know about a giveaway I'm running. The first 1,000 subscribers on the channel will automatically be entered into a giveaway to win a free physical copy of the next generation version of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on a platform of your choice. All you have to be is one of the first 1,000 subscribers on the channel. The next generation version of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is pretty much here. Some players are really happy with the features and DLC that are arriving, while some are really unhappy. And in today's video, we're going to go through all of the new features and DLC arriving with this next gen upgrade and see why players may be unhappy about it. I have already done a video similar to this going over the best things coming with this next generation version of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and a link to that video can be found in the description below. But just before we do get into everything, please be sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any content just like this. Are you interested in starting your own gaming channel on YouTube, but simply don't know where to start? Well, I've got just the thing for you. By using the link in the description and the pinned comment, you can get access to a 50-minute free training session with a YouTube expert. And believe it or not, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about someone who has monetized many YouTube channels, one of them even being this channel right here, which I then took over. Some of the other channels he's monetized includes Joas97, Foot Fanatic and Open Vision, and of course, he's helped other gamers monetize their own YouTube channels. He's even been helping me monetize my very own YouTube channel from scratch, and the first video I uploaded got over 30,000 views in about a month, which is insane. So the man behind all this is Jamie. Jamie is an expert when it comes to helping YouTube channels grow and improving your skills as a content creator. So I really can comfortably say that if you work with Jamie, the quality of your videos will improve drastically, and that really just is the case. So if you are interested in starting your own gaming YouTube channel, or even if you're not, then you might as well go to the link in the description. It really is just a gift. You get 50 minutes with a YouTube expert for completely free. So go down into the description or the pinned comment and check it out. So first of all, let's go over the new graphics features coming with this next generation update. Now this doesn't really apply to PC since it's sort of already got some of this, including the FPS, but it won't be having ray tracing, so I'll get onto that in a minute. So firstly, on console there will be two different graphics modes. You'll have the prioritized performance or visual fidelity. The prioritized performance will give you 60 frames per second, but this will be without ray tracing. Then the visual fidelity mode will be going all out. It will have the ray tracing, all of the new lighting and texture improvements and everything like that. That is for both PS5 and Xbox Series X. However, if you're on an Xbox Series S, you will just be getting the performance mode. And to be honest, I think that is the better mode of the two. The 60 FPS is a game changer. It will just make the game feel so much smoother. And yeah, it's a completely different experience when you do have 60 frames per second. 30 FPS may seem fine to a lot of players, but it's usually fine until they experience 60 FPS and they realize how much better it really is. And some people, they go back to 30 frames per second, they just consider it unplayable. So yeah, I would definitely go with that performance mode unless you are, you know, really into the graphics options that are available with the visual fidelity option. Then of course go for that. But I think a lot of people will choose that 60 frames per second, and I think that's definitely the better of the two, so it's good that the Series S will be getting that. Now some players may be a bit disappointed that the 30 FPS is the only option where ray tracing is sort of available. On some games you are able to have it uncapped to 60 where ray tracing is enabled, but it won't always get a consistent 60. It may drop to the 40s or 50s at times, and I think some players would have liked that, and of course that would have been nice, but to be honest I think the switch between a solid 60 or a solid 30 is definitely a good option. So that is one area where some players may be a bit disappointed, but yeah, I'm not too disappointed there at all. So next up we have the faster loading times. Now of course if you are already on a PS5 and Xbox Series X or Series S and you are using the dedicated storage within the console, then you are already going to be getting fast loading times, but those should be even faster with this next gen update, as there'll be more optimization since the versions you're currently playing on were designed for hard drives and not solid state drives, so you'll be able to get even faster loading times than you already do. I haven't seen anyone unhappy with that. There's really no reason to complain about that unless you for some reason want a longer loading time. I'm not sure why that would be at all, to be honest, but you know, I think the faster loading time, so yeah, that's an awesome addition. There are also going to be a variety of new mods integrated into this next gen experience. One of these is going to be the new camera positions. You'll be able to position the camera either closer to Geralt or further away from Geralt, and this can be separate, so you'll be able to position the camera for when you're on horseback, for when you're in combat, and for when you are just generally roaming the map. I haven't really seen anyone complain about this, and to be honest I don't really see the reason to, since this can just be turned off and you can go back to the default camera settings if you don't like it, so it doesn't hurt to have it there if you want to use it. And I think a lot of people actually do want to use this, especially I think for combat. I think it looks really cool, and it basically creates a new experience for the game, along with with the higher frames per second on console to be able to have these camera settings as well, then I do think that's going to create a really nice experience for the game. Now, if you are on PC, then you might have even experienced this before, since these are mods on PC that are available, including the RTX and everything like that. You can get mods that improve the graphics, but it's nice that these will be officially integrated into the game without having to use mods or anything like that. Now, I will also be getting a photo mode, and this is nothing to complain about here. If you are an in-game photographer, then people are going to love this. It's something that the game really missed, especially if we're going to be getting enhanced graphics, then a photo mode is definitely needed. Even before the next gen upgrade, the game already looked amazing. The colors in the sky and everything like that looked really, really nice, and all it needed was a photo mode. If you were to look at photos for The Witcher 3, you'd notice that a lot of them have Geralt sort of just standing in the middle there and not really wanted there, but it would be really nice to be able to just take clean pictures of the scenery without having to use any mods on PC. So this will also be available to console players, and this may also become available to the older generation consoles at some point, but that might not happen. We'll just have to wait and see what that update involves. So as you can see, so far there's not really much room to complain, since all of this isn't necessarily going to affect the way you play, and if you prefer how the game was before, then you don't really need to use any of this. But now we're getting onto the stuff where players have been a little bit disappointed. First of all, we have the new quest. There'll be a new quest integrated into the game, which will result in you being rewarded with some of the new armor. Now, this quest isn't really where people are unhappy. People like this quest, and it's cool that we are actually getting a quest. I did say before all this got announced that at the very, very, very most, but I thought it was unlikely, expect a new quest, and we actually did get that. So, to be honest, yeah, they met my expectations, which I was really, really surprised about. But yeah, this quest isn't really where players are disappointed, since that's pretty cool that they actually added that. Where they're disappointed is where it comes to the armor and weapons that are going to be added in the game, along with the alternative looks for characters. Now, CDPR have confirmed there will be alternative looks for Triss, Yennefer, and also Dandelion. We haven't seen the Triss and Yennefer alternative looks, but what we have seen is the Dandelion alternative look, and you can see that on screen now. And players are very, very, very disappointed with this, and to be honest, they hate it. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not a big fan of this either. I don't think it looks great, and I think I will stick to the original one after I've just tried it out for a bit, and I think that's what a lot of players are going to do. Of course, if you like it, then it's there to use, but a lot of players were disappointed with this since they just don't think it looks that good. So now we're on to the main parts that players hate, and this is the alternative Nilfgaardian armor, and you can see that on screen now. This is where players were really disappointed. They wanted to see some different types of armor sets integrated into the game. Of course, it was nice that they integrated this and that it is part of the Witcher Netflix series, and it's cool to see that crossover, but players really didn't like this armor. People didn't like it in the Netflix series, so people weren't expecting it to be integrated into the game, since, you know, it would have been, maybe CDPR could have seen that players really didn't like this armor, so they maybe shouldn't have gone with it, but they did. And to be honest, I'm not going to complain, since it's, you know, it's completely free. You can also disable it if you don't want to use it, so I don't really think I've got a reason to complain there, but some players aren't happy with it, and I can understand why. In general, it just doesn't look great, and considering that people weren't happy with it in the Netflix show, it was a bit of a surprise for CDPR to then actually add this to the game. But it is what it is, it's here, and, you know, if you don't like it, then you can disable it. But as you can see, pretty much all of the complaints come with the DLC. Personally, I don't really complain, because I think it's pretty impressive that we're getting this DLC anyway. We didn't even have to get any DLC or even a next-gen update at all, considering the game is 7 years old, and I think that we're even getting a new quest with all of this, and considering this is actually completely free, I think it's really, really impressive. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the DLC down in the comments below, and if you think it's any good. Personally, yeah, I think it's pretty good. So that does just about wrap up things here. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any content just like this. And just a reminder about the giveaway: the first 1,000 subscribers on the channel will automatically be entered into a giveaway to win a free physical copy of the next generation version of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on a platform of your choice. All you have to do is hit subscribe. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.